Our life has several aspects: career, family, health, income, relationship, and so on. Each aspect has a range. For example, your body shape can be somewhere in the range of very skinny to super fat. To understand the set point secret, I will give you 3 examples with 3 people. Mark, an overweight man who is 120 kilograms. David, a salesman with $5,000 monthly income. And John, an average student who usually gets a C score in the school. But let's get started with me, who is 45 years old and 176 centimeters tall. A healthy weight for me would be something from 75 to 85 kilograms. At the moment, I'm 82 kilograms, but I could have been in the worst case, for example, 40 kilograms, or on the other end, even 150 kilograms. I'm not at those ends at the moment, but you can find many people outside who have been suffering from the weight problem for a long time. Why? Why don't they change their status? If you ask Mark if he wants to have a normal weight, he would definitely say yes. But his reality is that he has been staying on that weight for several years. Although he wants to have a healthy weight, he doesn't. Why? Our second case is about income status. The income range can start with a person with zero income to a completely huge number like $1 billion a month. A person with a zero income is extremely poor and probably needs to be supported by welfare paid by the government. On the other hand, a financially free person is someone who on their own decides how to experience life. They freely choose how they want to spend their time, with whom and what to do. But if you witness a poor person, you will recognize that they have been in that status for a long time. Why? If you ask them if they want to earn, for example, $4,000 a month, they would definitely say yes. But the reality shows the opposite. Let's talk about David, the salesman with around $5,000 monthly income. If you track his records, his income has been the same for a long time. Why? Think of it, really why? And now another example. John generally gets a C score in his school subjects. If you check his grades over the years, he has got the average grade. If you ask him if he wants to get B or A grades, he would definitely say yes. But there is a difference between his desire and his reality. So let's investigate the why behind this pattern. Imagine a thermostat in a room. How does it work? It has a set point, for example, 20 degrees of centigrade. If the real temperature of the room goes down, the thermostat sends a signal to the heating system to turn it on. The heating system works until the room temperature gets back to 20 degrees, which is the set point of the thermostat. On the other hand, if the room temperature goes up, the thermostat sends a signal to the cooling system to turn it on. The cooling system will work until the room temperature gets back to 20 degrees again, which is the set point of the thermostat. We all have an internal thermostat for every single aspect of our life. This internal thermostat system as a whole is called self-image or cybernetic system. Self-image is a collection of set points for all aspects of our life. Behind the self-image is our paradigm. Paradigm is a pile of habits and beliefs with the main responsibility of keeping us safe and helping to do our work with the minimum energy. So whenever it recognizes a deviation from the set point, it uses its power to return us back to our set points. Let's listen to Mr. Bob Proctor and see how he explains this concept.
Your subconscious mind has a paradigm in it. Part of it is the self-image. That self-image controls your actions, it controls your results. I want you to really pay attention here. There is a thermostat. A thermostat operates on a cybernetic system. And you set the thermostat to control the temperature of the room at 70 degrees. Let's suppose you're sitting in the room and you're quite comfortable, but all of a sudden you feel the room is getting cold. You get up and you go to take a look at the thermometer and you see the temperature has dropped. You look around and you're trying to figure out what's wrong, and you notice somebody's left the front door open and the cold air is blowing in. You close the door and everything starts to change automatically. Well, the cybernetic mechanism in the thermostat measures the deviation from the set goal. It sends a signal to the furnace for the fan to turn on, and it starts to blow hot air into the room. Until such time as the temperature in that room gets back up to 70 degrees. When the room hits 70 degrees, fan's automatically turned off. That's how a cybernetic mechanism operates. It all happens automatically.
About the weight story, if Mark goes on a diet, the paradigm starts sending a strong signal to him that he is hungry and needs to eat something. Believe me, these messages are so powerful that most people finally surrender to them and ultimately break their diet and naturally get back to their weight set point. Almost all overweight people have tried diets at least once in their life, but a small number of people are successful in decreasing their weight to a normal weight forever. Or about that salesperson, David, whenever he earns less than $5,000 in a month, he puts his foot on the gas to compensate for that lack. But whenever he earns more than his set point, let's say $10,000, he puts his foot off the gas and doesn't try anymore until he gets back to his old set point of $5,000. Or about John, when his grade goes down to, for example, D, he will study more to return back to C. On the other hand, if he in any case gets a B score, will stop studying until he goes back to the C grade again. Maybe you say, I have understood the paradigm's way of working, but how can we overcome it? The most important lesson learned here is to know that although paradigm is so powerful, it has a maximum power. If you resist that maximum power for a relatively long time and do your work with discipline, you will finally move to a new set point. It has several steps. First, write down all current real set points of all aspects that are important to you to improve. Please be super honest and transparent with yourself and don't hide anything. See these examples. Second, decide on your new desired set points of those aspects of your life. Third, start taking action right now. Don't postpone it. You don't need to be great to start, but you need to start taking action to be great. If you get an internal message to postpone taking action, be aware that it is your paradigm sensing something unfamiliar. Fourth, repeat, repeat, repeat. It's an essentially powerful concept. All beliefs and habits in our paradigm have been unconsciously ingrained by repetition over our lives. So, if you want to replace them with new desired ones, the only way is by repetition, but this time consciously. Fifth, you need a committed decision to continue your actions for a long time with discipline and persistence until your paradigm accepts it as a new set point for that aspect of your life. And sixth, let's be honest, overall it's not easy to change your current set points, but completely possible. Success is doing small simple things with discipline compounded over time. For example, for diet, you just need to reject eating junk food every time you have a temptation. But while an action is easy to do, at the same time is easy not to do. So be consistent. Based on the law of cause and effect, you will be there without any doubt. To sum up, whenever you want to grow, your paradigm is a big barrier that you need to overcome. If you want to experience serious growth, you need to invest in your personal mastery and establish a new constructive process of being. It starts with getting aware of how your inside works and learning how to think, feel, and act with full control. Bear in mind that your process of being is much more important than your goals, because today you have a goal, but tomorrow you have another goal. Migrating from an old set point to a new desired one demands a lot of energy and commitment, but I'm telling you, it's absolutely worth it. So make a definite decision to create a goal-achieving identity inside you by awareness and change all your current unwanted set points to desired ones.